right. Good morning. We've still got about a minute before to see if anyone else is going to come on in. So welcome to your Friday's Zoom Strength and Balance with me, Angie, your Stonebridge Community Services Senior Fitness Instructor. So just a couple of reminders. As always, having water nearby, having a piece of support furniture nearby, remembering that this is your workout, nobody else's but yours, so make it work for you. If you want to be seated, you can be seated. If you want to be standing, you can be standing. If you want to use equipment, feel free to use equipment as well, such as resistance bands or weights, or also your own body weight. So no equipment necessary if you don't want to either. Some of my moves today are going to be more standing. However, I will show a modified version of a seated exercise that's going to work the same muscle group, as well as that we'll have seated exercises as well. But let's get ourselves going, and anyone else who wants to come on in, I'll let them in. Excellent. So having lots of space around you. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. One more nice big breath in, and out. Excellent. Now I'm going to take my feet for a nice little gentle march here. Shoulders are going to shrug up and down, up and down. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Up, down, up, down. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. I'm going to work on those ankles. So we're going to push on the ball of the foot. I'm going to turn sideways just a little bit here. So pushing on the ball of the foot to use those pedals. And then a little elbow bend. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Push onto the ball of the foot. This will turn into tapping those toes on the spot. We're rolling those wrists in 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. So taking those toes for a tap, tap, tap. Lifting those toes up. Rolling those wrists. Turning. Here I go. Tap, tap, tap. Roll those wrists. Breathing in through the nose, up through the mouth. And roll the wrists the other way. These will turn into tapping those heels in 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. So your comfort, you can do both heels, lifting off the floor at the same time, or you can alternate like how we were kind of pedaling those feet. And then I'm taking those hands and doing an open and a close. Excellent. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Shake that out there. So your comfort with this next one, working those hips. I'm going to do our hip opener. So that's coming with that knee up, out to the side, and down, and then back around. If that's not comfortable on the joints, go back with our hip circles or those hips figure eights. Okay? Warming up those hips. Hip opener is up, over, and around. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Little balance act here as well. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Switching sides if you're doing those hip openers, the other leg. If you're doing hip circles or figure eights, reverse. So go the other direction. Breathe it in, breathe it out, up and over. Like you're stepping over a big giant rock, over the rock, over and around. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Shake those out. Nice little toe tap to the side here. Tapping to the side. I'm going to reach that arm across my chest. Warming up the back a little bit here, so there is a small little twist. If it's not comfortable for that twist, then remove the twist. All right. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now your comfort with this next move, just changing the legs, adding it into a little bit of a hamstring curl. Bringing those legs to the back, trying to kick your bottom. Breathe in, breathe it out. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Bring those feet on in, shake it off. Take a nice big breath in and up. Nice big breath in and out. Excellent. Grab yourselves a nice little sip of water before we strengthen the lower body. Okay, so our first move is going to be our monster walks. So it's going to be into a little bit of a squat. So I'm going to move over a little bit because we're going to move it. So I'm going to push the hips back like you're about to sit down. Okay, soft, bend in those knees, shoulders back down and relaxed. Then I'm going to move 1, 2, then 1 and 2. Now, if you are seated and you want to work those quad muscles like how we are, you can always have a seat and do a nice little straight leg raise. That's going to work that upper quad muscle. Breathing in, breathing out. Or if you want to use your band, if you have a band with you, you can do a leg press. So putting that foot down, pressing that leg out to the front, okay? So these first 2 lower body moves, I am going to do standing, but I'll show you options just like how I did there for working those same movements in the part of the body. So shoulders back, down and relaxed, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, a little bit of a squat, pushing it out, those hips, and I'm gonna move 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Last round. Go 1, 2, 1, and 2. Excellent. Pause it right there. Excuse me. Take a little break. Then we'll do it over again. So shoulders back down, relax, reposition. A little bit of that squat. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Last one. Go 1, 2, 1, and 2. Excellent. Shake it up. Shake it up. The next move we're going to do is a curtsy lunge. If you feel comfortable with this one, listening to the body. So curtsy lunge, you're taking that one leg and it's going to go behind, and then you're going to squat it down like a lunge. Take the other leg behind, squat it down. Now, if that's not comfortable, you are more than welcome to do a front lunge that goes up and down. Okay? Or your side lunge. So pushing those hips to the back. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right. Now, if you are seated, you can also grab your band if you wanted to. Working a little bit of those hips, a little bit of those glutes with that curtsy lunge. You can take the band under the foot if you want to use a band, taking that out to the side. Squeezing those glutes while you're seated on the chair. Okay? So breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, shoulders back down and relaxed. I'm going to do my curtsy lunge. You do what's comfortable for you. Front lunge, side lunge, seated side leg. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Taking my right leg behind for 8. And switching it to the left. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Excellent. Give it a little rub if you need to. Taking a quick little pause. Excuse me. Grabbing a drink whenever you need it as well. We're going to go round 2 for those curtsy lunge. This time I'm going to start with my left leg. So breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, shoulders back down and relaxed. And go 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Nicely done. Shake those off. Once again, if you need a little sip of water, go for it. Then we have one more move for our lower body. So this next movement, seated or standing, same movements. We're going to work on a little bit of those calves, back of the legs. So feet are about hip width apart, soft bend in those knees. I'm going to turn sideways for this motion. You're going to raise up onto the toes and back down. Up on the toes and back down. Then we're going to change the feet 2 other times. Okay? So shoulders back down and relaxed. Feet about hip width apart. Soft bend in those knees. Support furniture nearby if you need it. And raise up for 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Excellent. Little shimmy, little shake. Second feet for the calf raises are going to be like a ballerina. So the toes are going to point outwards, still soft bend in those knees. Going to raise up onto those toes. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Nice and tall, and go for 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Excellent. Little shimmy, little shake. One last one for those different foot movements. This time we're going to become pigeon-toed. So toes are going to come inwards. A little bit of a different movement here, but do what's comfortable or as much as you can for comfort. All right. Last one, pushing up on those toes. Nice and tall, soft bend in those knees. And push on those toes. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. and 1. Excellent. Shake it off, shake it off. Excellent. Okay, so the next one here, I am going to be seated and I'm going to be using my band. I'm going to take my band around my legs. We're going to use them for the inner thighs, outer thighs, a little bit of glutes, all of those fun things. I'm grabbing my chair. I'm going to grab a lovely seat. I'm going to sit close to the edge of my chair. Feet are going to come close together, right close together. Taking the band around my legs. Now, if you don't have a band, that's okay. You can still do this lovely movement. Just have those hands on the outside of those thighs, almost using them as like that resistance, okay? Or weights. You can have the weights on the upper thighs there, holding those there. So I've just crisscrossed my band just so that I can hold on to it on the sides. Shoulders are back down, relaxed. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to use those thighs to help push the legs apart. So push apart. With that, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Readjust if you need to. We've got one more of those ones. Then we're going to turn them into something else. So nice and tall, still in that chair. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. This time, just take the feet about hip width apart. Now, if you have that band on those legs, don't let the knees come in. Resist the band. Use those outer thigh muscles to press out that band. Don't let them come in. This time, we're going to alternate a high knee. So alternating that leg coming up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Just a little pause. Don't let those knees come in. Keep them strong. Pushing against that band. We've got one more. Breathe it in, breathe it out, and go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Release the band from around the legs. Give the legs a nice little shake, shake, shake. Oh, right. We're going to get into our arms today. With our bands, if you want to use it, you don't have to, it is up to you. The first one we are going to do is our upright row. So I'm going to take my band, I'm going to place it on the floor, and I'm going to press my foot into the outer part of the band so that I can grab the middle part of the band, but keeping the weight in the feet so the band doesn't come out on you. So push the weight into the feet. If the band wants to work with you today. Holding the middle part of the band, okay? Shoulders back down and relaxed, nice and tall. You're going to pull that band up towards the shoulders and back down. So still pressing the weight into those feet so the band doesn't go anywhere, or holding the weight, or doing the motion without equipment. All right, shoulders back down, relax, nice and tall in that chair, and pull for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Little pause. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. We've got round 2 coming. Reposition if you need to, and go round 2 for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Gently release the band down to the floor. You're going to then still keep the band by your feet. You're going to step on it with both feet or 1 foot if you want more band to work with. We're going to do our other arm movement, which is our lateral raises. So we're going to go bringing those arms to the front, then out to the side. Keeping a soft bend in those elbows. Okay, so they're coming front, then to side. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. And pull up to the front for 8, then out to the side. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Now, if that was too much of resistance with the both feet on the band, then like I said, take it to 1 foot so you have more band to work with, and then take that other foot just slightly behind you. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, going for round 2. Breathing in, out, and go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Gently step off that band. Give those shoulders a nice little roll. Little shake. One last arm movement here we're going to do is going to work a little bit of that rotator cuff. So with or without your band, the movement, shoulders are back, down and relaxed, elbows are glued to that rib cage, and then you're going to pull it apart. Now you can use this with weights and stay in motion, pull it apart, or with your band. Shoulders back down, relaxed, nice and tall through that spine, elbows glued to the rib cage. Breathe it in, breathe it out, and pull for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Little shimmy, little shake. Little roll if you need. We've got 1 more of those ones. So reposition. Shoulders back down, relaxed, nice and tall. Bring those elbows to that rib cage and pull it apart for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Give those shoulders again a nice little roll or a little shake. If you're using weights or a band, just place them out of the way at the moment. We don't need them. Your comfort with this one, just to release a little bit of tension in the shoulders if you're feeling any. Bringing those feet a little bit closer together, just doing a little bit of a hip hinge forward, having the arms by my side, and a little circle roll with the arms. Taking them the other way. And then one last little movement, giving them a little shake, shake, shake. Excellent. Place those hands on those thighs or the knees just above. Slowly come back up. Excellent. When you're ready, press the weight into those heels, stand on up, grab yourself a nice little sip of water, then we'll get into some balance. All right, so making sure your support furniture is nearby. This first one that we are going to be doing is an airplane. Okay, so it is your comfort on how high you want to bring that leg to the back and how low you would like to go down forward for a flat back. So feet are about hip width apart, soft bend in those knees, shifting the weight to the one leg. You're going to take the other leg to the back, little hip hinge forward. You can have one arm out to the side, both arms out to the side, and if you feel comfortable going to a flatter back, then that is up to you. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that in. Excellent. Shifting the weight to the other leg. Taking that other leg behind your comfort. Bringing the leg behind. Hip hinging forward. One arm out, both arms out. Flat back. Breathe in, breathe out, hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Excellent. Little shimmy, little shake. The next one we're going to do, it is completely up to you. You can add that extra little bit of challenge to it if you would like. Piece of support furniture, as always, close by. Feet about hip width apart, soft bend in those knees. Shift the weight to the one leg. Other leg's gonna come out to the front, slightly off the floor if you're comfortable. One arm out if you're comfortable. Both arms out if you're comfortable. Stay here if that's what you feel, or add the challenge of trying to look side to side. So looking to one side, coming back to center, and looking other side. Back to center. Trying it again. Looking one side, back to center, and other side, back to center. Bring that foot on down. Shift the weight, switch the legs, same movement. Leg out to the front if it's comfortable. One arm out, both arms out. Stay here if you would like. Excuse me. Or add the side to side look. One side, center, other side, center, one side, center, other side, center. Excellent. Bring that foot in. Little shimmy, little shake. This time, if it's comfortable, you're going to take that leg to the back. So slightly off the floor or bend it at the knee. One arm out if you'd like. Both arms out if you'd like. And if it's comfortable, you're going to try and look up, center, then down. If that's not comfortable, listening to what the body tells you, go back again to side if that's comfortable. So shifting the weight, soft bend in the knees, one arm out to the side, both arms out to the side, looking up towards the ceiling. Come back to center. Bring that head down towards the floor. Back to center, head up towards the ceiling. Back to center, down towards the floor. And center, bring that foot down. Shift the weight, switch the legs. Excuse me. Taking the leg to the back. Nice and tall. One arm out, both arms out. Taking that head up to the ceiling. Coming back to center. Down towards the floor or your chest. Back to center. Up to the ceiling. Back to center. Down to the floor. Back to center. Excellent. Bring those legs in. Give them a little shimmy, little shake. The next one we're going to do is our tightrope stance. So that is your heel to toe. Okay. Heel to toe stance. Okay. If it's not comfortable to bring that heel to toe, then just take that front foot slightly off to the side. Okay. Still nice and tall, shoulders back down, relaxed, soft bend in those knees. One arm out to the side, both arms out to the side if you would like, or crossing the arms on your chest. Now, if you feel comfortable, when I count down from 3, you can choose to close your eyes if you want to add that extra little challenge. And then I'll count from 10. So if you want to close your eyes, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back to here. Excellent. Reverse those legs, switch them up. Heel to toe, soft bend in those knees, nice and tall. Shoulders back down and relaxed. Your comfort. One arm out to the side, both arms out to the side, or across the chest. If you choose to take the challenge of closing your eyes, you can do so in 3, 2, 1, and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Excellent. Little shimmy, little shake. This next one, I'm just going to slide my piece of support furniture just over a little bit more, because we're going to do a little bit of our tightrope walk. Okay? So the tightrope stance we just did, that heel to toe, but this time with a walk. So you can have one arm out to the side, both arms out to the side. However you feel comfortable. If you want YMCA arms, you can do YMCA arms. And you're just going to take a little couple steps with that heel to toe, looking straight ahead at something that's not moving, so that your head's not down here, chin is up, focused on something not moving in front of you. Okay, shoulders back down, relaxed, and take a couple steps forward, like you're walking that tightrope, and then take a couple steps backwards, that heel to toe, heel to toe. Excellent. Couple steps forward. And a couple steps back. Excellent. Now pause right here. If you want to add an extra little challenge for your tightrope walk, add a little kick with it. So a little kick, little kick, little kick, little kick, and kick, and kick. All right. If you feel comfortable, add that extra little challenge of the kick in there for a couple walks forward and backwards. Kick, kick. One more, back and forth. Excellent. Finish it here. Take it all for a nice little shake, shake, shake. Let's give ourselves a nice little sip of water, and then we'll start stretching everything out. All right, so standing or seated, completely up to you. Taking a nice big breath in, and out. Nice big breath, and out. One more nice big breath, and out. Excellent. So reminder, if you're standing, keeping a soft bend in those knees, shoulders, while seated or standing, are back down and relaxed. I'm gonna take my chin and I'm actually going to look over my one shoulder as far as I feel comfortable. So bringing that chin over the shoulder as far as you're comfortable. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the head back to center. And then take it to the other side. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Excellent. Taking those shoulders for a nice roll. You can make them big, you can make them small. Completely up to you. Breathing in and out. Give me 2 and 1 and reverse. Give me 2 and 1 and shake them out. Taking your arm across the chest, dropping that shoulder, give it a hold or a hug. Roll your wrists. If it's comfortable, sway the hips. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, keeping a nice soft bend in those knees. Rolling the wrists the other way. Gently release that arm. Take the other one across the chest. Drop that shoulder. Give it a hold. Give it a hug. Wiggle those fingers. Open and close those hands. Gently release those arms. Give them a nice little shake. Your comfort with this next one. Interlocking those fingers if that's comfortable. If not, overlap the hands. I'm going to turn sideways just here for this one. Pushing those arms away from you. Pushing the hips away from you. Keeping a nice bend in those knees. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. If it's comfortable, you're going to reach those arms now as far back behind you, lifting the chest, dropping the shoulders, looking up towards the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out. Bringing that chin slowly down towards the chest. Little hip hinge forward. Drop the arms, give them a little shake. Taking those arms to those upper thighs. Bend your knees, slowly come up. Shake it off. Excellent. Your comfort with the lower half. We're going to do our hamstring stretch. So if it's comfortable, standing, then stay standing. If not, be seated. Taking that one foot out to the front. Hip hinge forward, upper thigh, or down by the toes. Now we worked those calves. So if you need an extra stretch in those calves, see if those toes will come a little closer to the nose. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Keeping that nice flat back. Don't let it round on you. Nice and flat. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the toes. If it's comfortable, take that leg up for a nice hug. Rolling the ankle or roll the ankle by the floor. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, still standing nice and tall. Or seated nice and tall. Roll the ankle the other way. Give those toes a nice point to the floor. Flex to the ceiling. Point to the floor. Flex. One more point. One more flex. Take the toes, that's from the ankles, going to the left, right, left, right. One more left, one more right. Bring that leg on down. Your comfort into that four sit. So by the floor, midway, or up top. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you need that extra little stretch, that hip hinge forward, gently pressing that knee a little bit closer to the floor. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release the leg. Give it a nice little shake. Take the other leg now out to the front. That hip hinge forward, upper thigh, down by the toes. Nice and tall, long through that spine. You need that extra stretch in the calves. See if the toes will come closer to the nose. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the toes down. If it's comfortable, take the leg up for a hug. Roll that ankle. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Roll the ankle the other way. Give those toes a nice point. Flex, point, flex. One more point, one more flex to the left, right, left, right, left, and right. Your comfort into that 4 sit. So by the floor, midway, or up top. Need that extra little stretch, that hip hinge forward. Gently pressing the knee a little closer to the floor, keeping it nice and flat on the back. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently release the leg. Give those legs a nice little shake. Excellent job today. Bring your arms around the chest. Nice big breath in. Release it out. Once more, coming around, giving yourself a nice pat on the back. Job well done. Thank you so much for joining me this week. I hope to see you next Friday.